अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन कृपालु गुरवे नमः। वंशी विभूषितकरान् नवनीरदा पीताम्बराधरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखादरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रणोति तस्मै तद्वः देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Dear devotees, as per rule, we will sing some chanting for a while, and after that we will start the subject of today. भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद
ओ भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
ओ भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा
राधा राधा भजो राधा राधा राधा
ओ भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा राधा
ओ भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
ओ भजो राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा
ओ भजो राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा
भजो राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा 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 भजो राधा राधा राधा
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद
बोले श्रीमद सतगुरु सरकार की जय। रासेश्वरी श्री राधा रानी की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। Today I am going to explain the first line of Maharaj's last composition. The last one is Sumiran karle mana chin chin Radha Ramana. O mind, remember Shri Krishna all the time. So in this line, only 3 things are mentioned. O mind, remember Shri Krishna and chin chin all the time. Shri Maharaj Ji says that all these 3 words in this line are so important that even if you take one of them out from this line, then there will be no meaning of other 2 words as well. All of them are so important. So let us reflect what Maharaj Ji wants to say in this one line. When Maharaj Ji sang it for the first time, he said that the entire philosophy is there in this one line. It is a well-known fact that there are only 3 eternal entities: Jivatma, Paramatma and Maya. At the time of creation, God presented a most precious gift to us, and that is law book, a spiritual law book, and known as Ved. And in this book, the Ved, Lord Krishna says, because there are three entities, you are Jeev. Apart from you, there are two more entities, Maya and God, myself. So you have a choice. Either, if you want to attain unlimited, everlasting, ever-increasing divine happiness, then you come to my area. And this happiness, which is unlimited and divine, it does not cost anything. It's free of cost. And there's no labor also to attain it. But, contrary to it, if you choose the area of Maya, then you will attain elusive happiness, which is temporary and extremely transient. It's your choice. If you will choose the illusionary happiness of Maya, then you have to pay for that also, and there are lots of labor too in accomplishing even one thing in the material world. So, we, the souls, Jivatma, we selected Maya because the selection was done by our mind, and mind is material. The senses are under the control of mind itself. So, go char jaha lag man jai, so sab maya janahu bhai. The reach of our mind, senses and intellect is only this material realm. The senses, the mind and the intellect cannot reach the divine area. They don't have any idea of that divine area as well. And we selected the area of Maya with the help of our mind. So what happened? Because we chose the area of Maya, then we were immediately apprehended by Maya. Agyan, ignorance. And since then, since eternity, we are suffering immensely, roaming in the cycle of 8.4 million species of life. We are not having any respite for even for a second. All the time, our life is miserable. But we are constantly trying to attain happiness. We are striving incessantly for the attainment of happiness. Life is miserable, but we are trying to attain happiness all the time. Why do we want to attain happiness? Because it is our inherent nature. We are the part of God. God and happiness are the synonymous words. That's why. We are the part of happiness. We are the part of Anand. That's why. We cannot live without happiness. We can never be happy even for a fraction of a second without happiness. That's why we are constantly searching happiness only. But unfortunately, we could not attain even the tiniest particle of happiness so far. Although we are searching all the time, sincerely, we are not lazy for this. We are not having any rest for that. All the time, we are doing so many things in the whole day. And there's many actions which are contradictory to each other. But the purpose behind each and every action is attainment of happiness only. So we are searching happiness so sincerely, but we could not attain even a drop of happiness. And Tulsidas Ji says, Soi sukh lavalesh बारक जो सपने हु लहे हु ते नहीं गण ही खगेश ब्रह्म सुख ही सज्जन सुमति. The three words very important in this line. Soi sukh lavalesh. Number one, lavalesh. Barik sapne hu. If we get even the smallest part of happiness, which is called lavalesh. Lavalesh, what is the meaning of lavalesh? If you have a needle and put it in that way and put lots of water in it, you can pour the entire ocean also on this needle. Eventually, the part of the water which stays on the tip of that needle, that is called lavalesh. You can imagine. How much is that? So if somebody attains the lavalesh of happiness, and not many times, barik, just once, and sapnehu, not only in your wakefulness, sapnehu, even if you attain that happiness, even in dream, then what will happen? We will not we will reject completely even Brahmanand. I will explain in one of my lecture what is Atmanand. Only when the people get Atmanand, that happiness is so big that they think sometimes that I have realized God. And what to say of Brahmanand? Those who attain Brahmanand, they remain in Nirvikar Samadhi for thousands of years. But if we attain the Ananda, that happiness, then we will reject millions of Brahmanand in front of that. So we are suffering and we want to attain happiness. Some people say that we just want to get rid of miseries. We are undergoing so much misery all the time, and I want to get rid of the miseries only. This is the aim of my life. But it is not the real aim of our life. Because being free from misery is called dukkha nivritti. And the Brahmanandis, they attain atyantik dukkha nivritti. Atyantik dukkha nivritti means, atyantik means eternal, forever. After attaining Brahmanand, miseries can never touch them ever again. Sada pashyanti suryaha tad Vishnu paramam padam. Now they are liberated for ever. But they also do not attain that bliss. The Brahmanandi, those who go through the path of Jnana, they attain liberation. Then what happens? They are now free from Maya. That's why everything which belongs to Maya has gone forever from their being. So only pure soul is left. When the pure soul is left, which is the part of God, then the pure soul merges into the Supreme Being, God. God is the ocean of bliss. So they always remain in the ocean of bliss, but they do not enjoy the ever-increasing bliss of God. Why? Who will enjoy? The enjoyer merge into the object of enjoyment in Anand. We have to enjoy. We want happiness. We want to be happy. But we ourselves, we merge into the Supreme Being who is happiness, then who is left to enjoy? To enjoy any object, duality. Two things are compulsory. If you want to enjoy any scene, then the scene is compulsory and the observer is compulsory. Only then you can enjoy. But when the enjoyer merge into the bliss, then who will enjoy now? You eat rasgulla, you can say, yeah, it's very tasty, really delicious. But if you become rasgulla yourself, then how can you enjoy rasgulla? So the Jnanis, Brahmanandis, they become rasgulla. So they also do not enjoy the bliss because they believe only in atyantik dukh nivritti, permanent cessation of all kind of distresses. We also enjoy sometimes. We also have dukh nivritti. When we sleep, we go either in the state of dream or in the state of sushupti. When we sleep, after sleeping, we have to either enjoy the dreams or we go in sushupti. When we are in the state of dream, swapnavastha, that time also we are not happy. Because whatever happens in our wakeful consciousness, the same things happen in our dream as well. Exactly the same thing. And that time we enjoy or we suffer exactly in the same way. We have the same pain or the same kind of happiness from anything which we feel in our wakeful consciousness. There's no difference. So, in dream also, we are not free from suffering. But when we go in the state of sushupti, means sound sleep, that time, even the mind is dormant. It does not feel anything. Mind is also sleeping. So whatever happens at that time, we cannot know. You are sleeping, somebody came in your room, and he took your purse, he stole your money, you don't even know, because your senses were sleeping. But in the state of sushupti, even the mind is sleeping. It is also said in our scriptures that when we are at the state of sushupti, when mind is also sleeping, that time Atma meets Paramatma. It's a big thing. Atma meets Paramatma. But we do not have that bliss. Why? When the Atma is meeting Paramatma, even for a second, we should have some bliss of meeting God, but we don't. Why? Because the mind who feels, who enjoys or who suffers, the action of feeling is done only by mind. A mind is also dormant at that time. So Paramatma comes, he meets the soul, but we don't even experience that happiness. So when we sleep in Sushupti, we get up, then we feel only something. What? Sukha Mahamaswapsam. Oh, I had a very good sleep today. Very comfortable. I enjoyed my sleep. If you ask, what did you enjoy at that time? She doesn't know. I don't know. Nakinchidham avedisham. I don't know. What did I enjoy? But it was a very peaceful sleep. Why? Because that time you were not experiencing any kind of suffering. That's why you were very happy. You see that that sleep was very happy. So dukkha nivritti is not the complete aim of a life. The real aim of the life is ananda prapti. We want to attain bliss, but we could not attain the bliss. Why? When we are searching happiness incessantly, without any gap of a fraction of a second, even then, why could we not attain the bliss? Because we are doing inverted labor to attain bliss. We are using our mind and we are taking guidance from our mind. Then how can we attain bliss? But this mind is material. Because it is material and its reach is only this material world, we cannot reach beyond it. That's why I suggest, yes, there is Anand in this world. Keep on searching. You will definitely attain Anand in this world today or tomorrow. So, this world is made of Maya. It is inert. There is no happiness at all. But our mind is saying, no, there is happiness. When our Shastra, our scriptures say that there is no happiness in this world, then we think, I don't know why. The scriptures say there is no happiness. Who says there is no happiness? I hugged my child. I lost him. After 5 hours, 6 hours, I met my child and I embraced him tightly. Oh, I was so happy. I attained happiness. Who says there is no happiness in this world? I was very hungry and I was given the food. I ate and I was very happy. I was too thirsty. I was begging for some water. And when I got the water, I became happy. This is our definition of happiness. We think that there is happiness. There's no doubt. When you attain your desired things in this world, you become happy. You see something very good, beautiful, you become happy. You touch something very good, you become happy. You see, there are only 5 senses. And there's so much material for all the 5 senses that there is no limit of them. When we enjoy these materials of this material world, that time we don't realize that who wants happiness and who is getting happiness. we have two things. One is divine and one is material. Divine Atma, the soul, and material body, which comprises senses, mind, and intellect. The body, the senses, the mind, and intellect. There's so many things in this body. So, out of these things, who wants happiness? Your body is demanding happiness, or your Atma? No. Atma wants. Atma means I. When we say I, me, we, it means we are indicating towards Atma. So Atma means I want to be happy. This body is not I, this body is mine. I don't want the happiness of the body. This body is inert anyway. It has no consciousness, it is dead. After death we say, this body is dead. In fact, this body has no consciousness, it is dead already. But it is getting the consciousness of the soul, that's why it looks like conscious. It's not conscious. That's why as soon as the soul goes out of this body, the body immediately becomes dead, because it was already dead. So we don't want the happiness of the body, we want our happiness. But we never realize that when we have food, when we are starving, and we get food, then who is satisfied? You or your body? That time we satisfy our senses. We embrace our child and we are very happy. Why? Actually, this body is like a chariot. Atmanagvam rathinam viddhi shariram ratham evatu buddhim tu sarathim viddhi manah pragraham evacha indriyani hayanahur vishyanste shugocharan atmendri manoyuktam bhokte tyahur manishina. The Vedas are saying this body is like a chariot. In this body, the master of this body is soul, and the driver is intellect. The bridle is the mind. The senses are the horses, and the matter of the world is the place where the horses are running. So, the master soul says all these things, intellect, mind, and senses, etc. They are the servant of soul. So, soul is the master, and all other things are the servant of the soul. Though the master orders, take me towards the city of Anand, Anandanagar. Take me to Anandanagar, to the place of Anand. The intellect asks, where is that place? Atma says, I don't know. I am the master. I am just ordering you, take me to the city of Anand. I have no direction. The intellect does not know where is this Anandanagar. Then it orders the mind, take me where there is Anand. The mind orders the senses, take me where there is Anand. Anand of what? They have no idea of the Anand of God. So they are searching the Anand of senses only. Because senses have to search the Anand. So they are searching Anand. Whenever they think, all the five senses, when they see, when they perceive any subject, their respective subject, then they immediately send it to mind send it to intellect, and intellect send it to the soul. Soul says, no, it is not my subject. There is no Anand in this. It is material. I am divine. This is not my subject, take it. Immediately, it comes to intellect sends it to mind, and mind sends to senses, and then we feel there is no happiness. Like when we embrace our child. That time I feel, oh, I was looking for him. I got him. So we embrace this very, very tightly. But as soon as, it happens just like this. And then, when the mind says there is no happiness in this, then our happiness in the same thing starts reducing. And within 5 minutes, we feel there is no happiness. It happens with all the material of the world. Whatever you attain, whatever you feel like there is happiness, hardly you can enjoy it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maximum you can say 1 hour, not more than that. Again you come on the same spot. Again you are looking for happiness, you are running for happiness because you never attained happiness. That's why after 5 minutes you say, son, go and play. If the son says, no, no, I want to be in your lap, I don't want to go away. Then the mother says, beta, it's too hot. The child asks, when you took me in your arms 5 minutes ago, it was very cold. Now it is hot? No, actually that time I have a misunderstanding that there is happiness in you. If I will embrace you, I will attain happiness. But now I realize there is no happiness at all, anywhere. But because it is in our mind, there is happiness in this world. And anything cannot be attained without money. So most of us are busy accumulating money only because we have to have everything. We have to try everywhere where is happiness. If this thing could not give us happiness, then take this thing. If this person could not give me happiness, have friendship with this person. In that way, constantly we are trying. We are just groping that we should get happiness from somewhere. But there is no happiness. They think that if I will be very opulent, then I can buy anything, whatever I like. And they do. Many people can do it. Shri Maharaj Ji always quotes the name of Bill Gates. He's one of the richest person. I think he's very lucky. Maharaj Ji has taken his name thousands of times. So, it is heard that his house is so lavish, so beautiful, it cost $15 billion. He spent $15 billion only in one house. Forget about the rest of the things which are in the house. But we can imagine, it could be very, very comfortable. But ask him, you spend $15 billion on this house, how many days in a month you stay there? Most of the time you are traveling this country to that country. You have so much money. Now you sit down in your home, comfortably. What is the need of doing any kind of vyapar? Why are you busy in business and why are you traveling this country to that country? Sit down. You have enough money. But no, he is not satisfied with his means. That's why he is going from here to there. He cannot enjoy his house, which is most luxurious. He cannot enjoy. So, even if we attain billions or trillions of dollars, the dollars cannot make us happy. Veda Vyasji Maharaj says, Yat prithivyam vrihiyavam hiranyam pashavastriyah nalame kasya paryaptam tasmat trishnam parityajet. Even if you become the owner of the entire earth, even then you will not be satisfied. Even then, the desire, I need little more, that desire will never cease because fact is this, we don't want it. We don't want wealth. We don't want the properties. We don't want the family. We don't want the friends. We don't want anything at all. We means I, Atma. We don't want anything. Our demand is quite different. But because of the misconception that I can attain happiness through these things, we are busy in accumulating all those things. Otherwise, we don't want it. We want happiness only. We collected those things in this misunderstanding that these things will give me happiness. But as I gave the example of Bill Gates, there are many Bill Gates in this world. They all have so much money, so much means of comfort, but still they are not comfortable. And secondly, can money give you liberation from the mental problems, the physical problems, the problems which appear from the nature, the problems given by the animals and insects, etc., the problems which come from the other people of this world? There are so many kinds of problems. There are many kinds of agonies. We are suffering with them. Only money cannot do anything. I have seen many families, they are so rich, extremely rich, but they don't have any child. So they are unhappy only because they don't have child. And there are many families, very rich families, they have a child, a boy, a son, but he is handicapped. So they are serving him only all the time and they are miserable. So the money cannot give us happiness. When Bhagwan Sri Krishna went to Bali, Bali was a king of demon, but he was very nice and he was giving lots of alms. Whoever was coming to him, he is fulfilling their desire. Lord Krishna went in the form of Vaman Bhagwan, like a child. He went over there and he asked for 3 steps of land. Bali, the king Bali, he laughed very loud and he said, "You look very bright child, but after all you are a child. You don't even realize where you are standing. You could ask for the cities, for horses, for elephants, for gems, for diamonds. What are you asking over here? You are asking from Bali for 3 steps of land?" Then Lord Krishna said that because I know that any amount of the material wealth cannot satisfy anyone. Look at yourself. You are so rich that whoever comes to you, you fulfill all his desires. But are you satisfied with your means? If you say that I am satisfied with my wealth, with my means, then why are you doing this yajna? You are doing yajna, it means you need more. You are not satisfied with your wealth. So, we are suffering all the time because we are listening to our mind. That's why the Vedas say, Tad Vijnanartham Guru Meva Vigachet. You have to go to Guru. This mind will always mislead you because it is material, it does not know more than that. So what should we do? What is the remedy? So Maharaj Ji says, Sumiran. Remedy is remember Shri Krishna. Remember him. So far you have been remembering so many things of this material world. Now stop remembering them. Just remember Shri Krishna. So we will get happiness? Yes. If you remember Shri Krishna, then you will attain happiness. You people can say that we will attain happiness because we are remembering God sitting over here every day from morning till night. But there is one question we should ask ourselves, that Maharaj is saying to remember. Sumiran means remember. Remember, remembrance is not the subject of ear, it's not the subject of eyes, it's not the subject of tongue, it's not the subject of a hands or legs, etc. Smaran, remembrance could be done only by heart. So when we sit over here, we are listening to what the leader singer is singing, then we sing also, we repeat it with the tongue. We are seeing the murtis of Shri Radharani, Shri Krishna. We are seeing the murti or katars, etc. of Maharaj Ji. And we are listening also only the bhajans. So we are remembering God. Yes, we are doing everything. We are using all our senses over here. But do you remember God? You may say, when I'm sitting here, we are hearing the names of God, we are uttering the names of God, we are seeing the pictures of God, we are seeing the picture of our Guru. So naturally, without any effort, naturally we are remembering God. This is our misconception. Shri Maharaj Ji has clarified it very well, giving the name to remembrance. He gave the name Rupa Dhyan. And he says, remember means to remember the form. Whatever you are remembering, you have to remember the form, and it happens. Whenever you remember, whenever you bring anything in your heart, first of all, the form of that person or the thing comes in our mind. Like you see, you are sitting here, you are doing kirtan. Even if you think that I have to drink water. So immediately, the bottle of water which you have in your bag, it will come in your eyes. You will remember that now I have to touch my bag, and then I have to take out my bottle, then I have to drink it. Everything will come in your mind. Suppose someone has 4 sons, Ram, Krishna, Govind, Gopal. The person is very busy, his mind is busy, and he says, call my son, which one? Ram? No. Govind? No. Oh yes, Gopal. It means, when you are saying, no, I don't want Ram, I don't want Govind, it means the face of Gopal was in your mind. That's why you rejected. You say, no, I don't want Ram, I don't want Govind. When you took the name of Gopal, yes. So he could not remember the name of the person, but the face of the person was in his mind. So whenever we remember someone, the face comes first. It is natural. Whenever you remember your daughter, then first of all, her personality, the appearance of his face, it comes in your mind. So when we remember God, it means the face of God must come. Whatever face you have selected, that's why Shri Maharaj Ji says that you have to select one photo of one avatar only. Like you are the devotee of Shri Krishna. So you have to select only one picture of Shri Krishna, not many pictures. One picture of Shri Krishna and focus according to that picture. When you will remember the same face of Shri Krishna all the time, the name of Shri Krishna, the pastimes of the same Shri Krishna, the attributes of the same Krishna, all the time you are remembering the same face again and again, then at least one face of God will come in your mind permanently. Then you can easily do Rup Dhyan. If you are changing the face of your Ishtadev every day, because there are thousands of pictures of Shri Radha Krishna, you did not select anyone, And you, whatever comes in your mind, and you start, you practice to do Roop Dhyan. So in this way, we can never have permanent Roop Dhyan, strong Roop Dhyan, which is called Dharana. When we do Dhyan, then gradually, when the stability comes in Roop Dhyan, then it is called Dharana. So we cannot get that Dharana if we are changing the faces of Sri Krishna. Changing the faces of our Ishtadev. So, Shri Maharaj Ji says, Sumiran. You have to remember who? Radha Ramana. Radha Ramana, Sri Krishna. Some people ask that why only Radha Ramana Sri Krishna? Why Sri Krishna? Because it is also explained that many forms of God, and all the forms of God have equally unlimited happiness. Then what's the difference? Why Sri Maharaj Ji is emphasizing on remembering Sri Krishna? Because Sri Maharaj Ji is our well-wisher. Sri Maharaj Ji is a Rasik saint. Sri Maharaj Ji is teaching us the bhakti of Madhurya Bhav. That's why he used the word Radha Raman Sri Krishna. There are many other phases of Sri Krishna. There is one Krishna of Dwarika, one Krishna of Mathura, one Krishna of Vrindavan, one Krishna of Kunj, one Krishna of Nikunj, one Krishna of Nibhit Nikunj. There are many phases of Sri Krishna, but because we are the devotees of Madhurya Bhav, and Shri Maharaj Ji wants us to attain Maharas. He wants us to attain Gopi Prem. That's why specifically he used this epithet of Sri Krishna, Radha Raman. We want that Sri Krishna who always joins with Shri Radha, Radha Raman, whose Leela are performed in Kunj, Nikunj, Nirbhitana Kunj, and Maharas. So remember Radha Ramana Sri Krishna, not the Krishna of Mahabharata. We don't want Mahabharata Sri Krishna. We want Radha Ramana Sri Krishna. When we say Radha Ramana, then it clarifies itself that we don't have to worship Sri Krishna with the Dasya Bhav, Sakhya Bhav, and Vatsalya Bhav. It explicitly indicates that we have to worship with Madhurya Bhav. That's why remember Radha Ramana Sri Krishna. So Maharaj is saying Sumiriya, Sumiran Kar, means remember Shri Radha Krishna. When Radha Raman, it means Radha Krishna. Remember Radha Krishna. Then what will happen? When your mind will be redirected towards Shri Krishna, then you will be away from this world automatically. Like if you are going to Houston, you will be away from Austin anyway. You don't have to make any effort to leave Austin. You just go towards there. Because when we don't remember Sri Krishna, and we are still groping in this material world, where is happiness? And it is not only that we are not remembering God, but we are going more away from our ultimate goal of life. And we are spoiling our many future lives as well. Why? Because we are committing sins all the time. You may say that no, although I am not worshipping Sri Krishna, I am not worshipping God, but I am a very good person. I am honest, I am truthful, I go to the temples, I go for tirtha, and I am benevolent. I do yajna, puja, path, everything. So I am a good person. I am not a sinner. No. If we are not remembering God, whenever God is not in our mind, we are committing sins. We do nothing at all except committing sins. As Lord Krishna said in Gita, man nimittam kritam papam mad dharmaya cha kalpate mamanadritya dharmopi papam syan mat prabhavatah. If you are remembering me by heart, then even if you are sitting in a pub or in any dirty place, then you are involved in dharma. That is dharma. If you are lying, you have to come in satsang. But your family members don't like it. They fight when you go to satsang. So you are saying, I'm going to meet a friend. It is a lie. But this lie is dharma. It is the best. This is punya karma. But if you are not lying, you are a very truthful person, you are coming in the temple, you are sitting in the front of the deities, but you are thinking about your family, thinking about your business, then you are committing sin. I am sitting in the temple, so what? What is going on in your heart? What are you remembering in your heart? That is the word. So you are the sinner. Mamanadritya dharmopi. Although you are doing something very good, other people may say that you are a very dharmic person, you are a very nice person, you are a good devotee. But God, who is sitting in the heart, He knows what are you thinking. So we are still. So in this way, when we do not worship God, our sins are increasing. Every day they are multiplying. And when our sins are multiplying, then naturally, in the next life, we will suffer more. And then we will perform more sinful acts. Then in further next life, we will be more miserable. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji says that do it fast and try to understand, and you should remember God. Now on, you think that you never attain bliss in this world. And, even the animals, they learn by trial and error method. But we are the human beings, we are the rational creatures. But we don't understand, so many times we are deceived by this world. We have seen the real picture of this world so many times. Still, we don't understand. And we especially, we are the most blessed people because we got Shri Maharaj Ji as our Guru. And he infused that philosophy in each and every pore of ourselves. Even the children know what's the philosophy of Shri Maharaj Ji. We know that. But still, we are not getting detached from that. We are putting it off. Yes, I understand. I will do. Because we don't know. The time of death is chasing us every moment. We are going nearer to death. Avasar vityo jat Govind Radhe Kal lagayo ghat Moodh dhyan na de Aaj kahe kaal karu Govind Radhe Kal kahe parso mein Barso gava de काल काल जाने करो गोविंद राधे जाने कब काल लाल झंडी दिखा दे. We have to be very careful. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji says that we have to remember God chin chin. When we do not attain happiness in this world, then we say, this world is miserable. In fact, world is not miserable. We are trying to attain butter out of the lime water. How can we get it? The same way, we want to attain happiness from this world where there is no trace of happiness at all. And when we don't get happiness, then we will become disappointed. Then we get angry. And then we think there is no happiness and this world is full of miseries only. The world is inert. How can it give us happiness? And how can it give us unhappiness or the miseries? Not at all. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji says, Jag maha sukh dukh do nahi, as ur dharile gyan, sukh mane dukh milat hai, to sukh na jagat mahaman. If we will think that there is misery in this world, then we will have the bad feelings for the people of this world. That is also wrong for our spiritual progress. That's why be neutral from the world and remember God. Go closer to your Ishtadev. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji Sumiran. Sumiran kar. Radha Ramana. Radha Ramana Shri Krishna. Radha Ramana Shri Krishna, if we worship Shri Radha Ramana Krishna, then we can attain the highest bliss. He is Rasik Shiromani. And by the grace of Radha Krishna, we can attain Maharas, the highest bliss. There is nothing beyond Maharas Ras. It is the Ras for which Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all the Devatas, they all are allowed, but nobody can attain it. Even Shankar Bhagavan, he also begged for Maharas Ras. He was a deserving soul, but Shri Radharani told, this is Maharas. Any man cannot enter Maharas. If you come in the form of a lady, not with the makeup of a lady, in the form of lady, only then you can enter. Then he went and he attained the form of a gopi, and after that he came. Mahalakshmi could not attain. Yadvan chaya shrir lalana charat tapo vihaya kaman suchiram dhritabrata. She could not attain Maharasras. So if we worship Radha Raman Shri Krishna, then we can go up to the ras of Maharas. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji deliberately put this name Radha Raman Shri Krishna. Now, the last thing, how long should we worship Shri Krishna? How long should we remember Shri Krishna? Maharaj Ji said, chin chin. All the time. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmar yuddhacha. Lord Krishna also said to Arjun. Arjun says that you say that you have to fix your mind unto me. So how long should I do? Lord Krishna said, sarveshu kaleshu. All the time. China china. You have to remember me. Then the question arises, if we will remember Shri Krishna chin chin, all the moments, then how can we perform other actions? We have to live in this world. If I start my devotion from today, so within a week or in one day or 1 month, we cannot become a full-fledged devotee. It will take time to fix up our mind fully into God. So what should we do? That's why Sri Krishna already clarified in this, Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmar yuddhacha. You have to do your duties as well. Do your duty. But keep your mind in me. Remember me. Karate karma करहु विधि नाना, मन राखहु जहाँ कृपा निधाना. Do all your work, whatever you have to do, but keep your mind there and chin, because this life is also very short. Veda Vyasji says, this body is sudurlabham. Labdva sudurlabhamidam bahu sambhavante manushyam arthadam api hadhira. Anityam api sudurlabhamidam. Manav deh is very inaccessible. It's very, very difficult to attain it. And it's very valuable, very precious. Because only in this body we can realize God. So it is most precious. Rarest of rare form of life. But anityamapi. It is very transient. When will we leave this body? Nobody can say. Maybe after 1 minute, maybe after 1 month, 1 year or 100 years. Nobody knows about it. Any time. Chadabhangur jevan ki kalika kal prat ko jane khile na khile. Mahabharata says, Kohi janati kasyadya mrityu kalo bhavishyati. Who knows who is going to die today? We are planning. I will do it. Let me finish this work. Then after 10 years I will do this. After 20 years I will do that. We are planning for years and years. But we don't know that I may have to go right now. Bahissarati nishwase vishwasa kapravartate. Once this breath has gone out from your mouth, how do you believe that it will come back again? Shri Maharaj Ji has written a beautiful pad. Are man avasar bityo jat nar tanu sharad chandni बीते पुनि अंधिया रे रात अरे मन अवसर बीत्यो जात कल करी हो इमी कही रह जई हो पछतात अरे मन 4 दिना की बात तू सोवत कछु जानत नाही तू सोवत कछु जानत नाही काल लगा यो घात अरे मन 4 दिना की बात. Maharaj has written many poems like that to awake us. We have to realize that this Manav Deha, this human form, is very transient. Any time we have to leave this body. And everything is ready for us. All kind of grace of God has been given to us already. And we are not utilizing them. We are still sleeping. Tu sovat kachu janat nahi. We are thinking we'll do. I know what we have to do. But I will do. We are saying like that. We are not realizing that what have we attained? What kind of precious gift has been given by Shri Maharaj Ji to us? And if we still do not awake, we do not utilize the gift of Shri Maharaj Ji, the grace of Shri Maharaj Ji, then what will happen? those who have not attained the knowledge, those who have not attained the grace of a saint like Shri Maharaj Ji, they still have an answer that I didn't know what I have to do. But we have no answer at all. Maharaj Ji was telling in his speech yesterday that there are three graces of God. Three. Number one, Manav Deha. Number two, the desire to attain God. Number three, attainment of a bona fide saint. Three things. Durlabham trayamevaitat daiva nugraha karakam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha sanshaya. These three things are most inaccessible. Number one, manushyatvam. Just imagine, innumerable souls are living on this earth. But how many men are living? They can easily be counted. The number of the human beings could be counted, but the number of insects which are remaining in a patch of a drain cannot be counted. There are so many, only in one patch of the drain. It is most inaccessible. We can attain the human grace, human form only by the grace of God. Maharaj was explaining today in the morning in his lecture that this is his grace, because we don't know what good things we have done in past lives, and even if we have done something good, then imagine how many sins are we committing every day. Only, as I explained before by Gita, only when we are remembering God, only those moments when we are remembering God in our heart, we are not committing any sin. Otherwise, all the time we are doing nothing except committing sins. So number of sins, if you just compare the number of sins and the numbers of good deeds, then nothing. Good deeds are nothing at all. But this is the grace of God. He gives a chance to us to rectify our life. So by the grace of God, we attain the human form. And then, mumukshutvam, the desire to realize God. By the grace of Shri Maharaj Ji, that desire has also been attained by us. We know that we have to realize God. And all of you are busy also. You want to attain that too. You know that I have to realize God. And number three, Mahapurusha Sanshaya, attainment of a Mahapurush, who will give you the knowledge, who will guide you, and he will give you the Prem Dan as well. So by the grace of Guru only, we will attain the ultimate goal of life. So this is the best time for us to do sadhana. The biggest benefit we have in this life, only the satsangis of Shri Maharaj Ji have. This fortunate thing that we remember, we have seen Shri Maharaj Ji. We remember the Leelas of Shri Maharaj Ji. We remember the philosophy of Shri Maharaj Ji. We know this is the philosophy of Shri Maharaj Ji. This sentence is said by Shri Maharaj Ji. And Maharaj Ji was such a great personality. He was Rasik Shiromani, saint. That's why there was so much attraction in the personality of Shri Maharaj Ji that we all love him so much. So this time it is very easy for us to realize God. When we will leave this body, who knows? Sharirattvaya kalpate. Sargeshu lokeshu sharitvaya kalpate. Then we have to roam in the different species of life for many, many kalp. And even if we become a human being, then also we won't remember Maharaj Ji. What to say of the philosophy of Maharaj Ji? We won't remember Maharaj Ji. If we will see the picture of Maharaj Ji somewhere in our next life, then we will be attracted naturally. But we won't know that he is my Guru. And then we will say, oh, I wish I was there when he descended on this earth. We will forget that we were so close to him, but we were so careless, we never paid any attention to what Shri Maharaj Ji was saying. So here Shri Maharaj Ji is saying, this is the only chance. You have still some time. You have a chance. Ki Sumiran kar le mana. You have to remember Shri Krishna, the highest form of God, Shri Krishna. Maharaj Ji has written, ब्रह्म के अनेक रूप गोविंद राधे सर्व रूप आश्रय कृष्ण बता दे श्री कृष्ण प्राप्ति से ही गोविंद राधे जीव को दिव्य सुख प्राप्त हो बता दे. That's why Shri Maharaj Ji says, remember Shri Krishna all the time and request him. Maharaj Ji says, shed tears and request him that please accept me. I know that I am a greatest sinner, but you are also extremely and causeless merciful. So bestow your grace upon me. Devotee very cleverly requests to God. It's a very sweet shlok, I remember. He says, He Krishna, Krishna Bhagavan, Mama Chitta Bhringo, Yayat Kadapi Bhavatash Charanar Vinde, Dehadi Pushpa Viratah Kripaya Tadanim, Vikshasva Vamanayane Nanijam Padabjam. He's saying, I know that I am the greatest sinner, I am a very bad person, and you would not like to look at me. But I request only for one thing. What was that? If it happens any time in my life that my mind, being detached from the body and rest of the world, dehadi pushpa virataha, being detached from this material world and my body itself, if it goes for a second, if it goes to your lotus feet, my mind goes to your lotus feet, at that time, don't look at me. I'm still not saying that look at me. When my mind goes to your lotus feet, look at just have a sidelong glance towards your lotus feet. That's it. I will be blessed. Because when my mind is there, mind is everything. Mind is the truth. When mind is there at your lotus feet and you will look towards your lotus feet, then I will be looked and I will be blessed. So this is what Shri Maharaj Ji is saying in this line. Sumiran karle mana, chin chin Radha Ramana. All the time remember, because we don't know which one is the last moment of our life. If we are constantly chanting the name of God, trying to remember God, because when we remember most of the time, then gradually we will learn how to remember Him by heart as well. Doing anything. Yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasiyat. Whatever you have to do, you keep on doing all kind of juice of this world. But remember me. So we will learn it gradually. This is what Shri Maharaj Ji is saying in this line. Boliye Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Ladli Lal ki jai. Raseshwari Shri Radha Rani ki jai. Bhakti Dham Mangadh ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.